Hello, everybody. So welcome back to this is what week 3 now. um, so if you are just joining the class, I think when IT set up the Canvas shell. Some of you guys got kicked out of Canvas, and then I had to re-invite you. So if you're just rejoining, we really haven't done that much so far. We've really just reviewed some of the basics of Photoshop so far, and we did an animated GIF. Um, I saw a lot of the animated GIFs that were made, so that's great, meaning that you watched the tutorials, even though the sound quality was really terrible. Um, so that's great. The animated GIF is just a pass fail assignment. So if you did it, that means that so far in this class you have a 100%. Um, and I'm not going to be super strict about deadlines, especially since we're kind of all doing this um, on our own time. So no stress there. Um, so if you're new to the course, go ahead and go back and check that out. Um, but today I'm going to show you guys a little bit of, I'm going to make a little bit of an adjustment to how we've been working so far. Um, so in Photoshop, the way that I have shown, oh, this is probably terrible, right, to look at. So in Photoshop, I have taught you guys how to make selections and then how to copy and paste those selections as well as some other like really basic tools. So today I want to make a little bit of an adjustment. So instead of copying and pasting, which Photoshop would refer to as destructive editing. It's destructive because once you copy and paste, there's no way to really rescue the other pieces of the image that you've cut away, right? Um, so I'm going to show you guys some non-destructive editing here on this image on Photoshop. So you can see here that I have these 3 images. I have just 3 layers of a lion that I have brought into Photoshop here. And we are going to make some selections, but we're gonna do this in a way that edits and cuts out pieces of this image in a non-destructive way. Non-destructive meaning anything that happens is reversible. Any other sort of like background that we might later change our mind and decide we want to include will now be includable. Okay, so that basically means that we are going to start working with layer masks. And I'm also going to show you a clipping mask, which is a little bit different, but that's okay. Okay, so the first step of a layer mask is just making a selection. So you guys are pros at this by now. You have made all of, oh, and oh, okay, I was on the wrong layer. All right, so you guys are pros at this by now, right? So we're making a selection right here of this lion, and it's a really easy selection because it's a white background, right? And so now what I'm going to do, instead of actually cutting away the background, I'm going to go ahead and go up to layer at the top of my screen, and I'm going to choose layer mask. Now for layer mask, there are a couple of different options. I'm going to choose reveal selection, which means it's going to show the thing that I selected. Notice you could also do hide selection, but that's not what I want to do. Okay, so reveal selection. So that means that what is being revealed is this lion. And as you can see over here, we actually have a visual representation in our layers panel of that mask, which is pretty cool. Um, so, in order to better understand masking, let's play around for just a second. I'm going to unlock these 2 masks. You see there's a little lock right there, locking the mask and the original image. So if I unlock these and I click on the original image, then I am able to actually move that individual image around, right? And the same thing if I were to click on the lion, or sorry, on the layer mask. So now instead of moving the image, I will be moving the actual mask that I created. So you can see the potential here for being able to being able to make change your mind after you've already started working on an image, which is pretty cool and pretty useful. So once I've made that adjustment, I can go ahead and relock these. But also note that there are these options up here in the properties panel. One of those is feather, so that might be interesting for something with fur, like a lion's mane. And I can feather that image, and you can see that it gives a much softer edge to the selection that I have made. So that's kind of cool, right? I'm going to go ahead and relock that. Okay, so let's pull this other image up, and then we're just going to do the same thing all over again. Okay, so if you missed it the first time. All right, so we're going to select the lion, and oh my goodness. And of course, we're going to add to the selection, and we're going to go in and I think I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, I'm very confused right now, so let me see if I can figure this out. Okay, and then I need to add to the selection. Okay, so here we go. Let's get that. Okay, so that's pretty good. All right, let's get the feet. Oh no. Oh no. Add to the selection. Okay, let's get the feet. And then I guess I need to zoom in and get that ear because what is going on there? All right, let's get this foot. Okay, and then let's. Oh no. Okay, okay, let's get this. Okay. And then we're going to add to the selection. Okay, so. And I'm just clicking here because obviously Photoshop is confused because those colors are really similar. That's about right. Y'all will forgive me for not having a perfect selection. Okay, great. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back up to layer, and then I am going to choose layer mask, and I'm going to reveal the selection all over again. So this is great, right? I can see that this is happening over here. And now if you actually, if you notice, my layer mask is black and white. So the white is what is being revealed, what is being shown by the mask, and the black is what is being hidden by the mask. So that's really cool because it means that I can make changes not only with the feathering and the density and these little options, these little sliders that you can play with over here, but I can also dive into the mask and edit the mask with a paintbrush tool. Okay, and you can see that I have a black right here on top, and then I have my white down here underneath. If I want to switch between black and white, I can just click on these two little arrows right here. So let's say I'm going to hide some of what I selected because maybe I selected a little too much. Maybe this right here is kind of part of the mountain and not part of the line. It is part of the line, but whatever, we'll pretend. Okay, so I can hit my my open or close brackets on my keyboard to, oh, is it too big? It might be too big, sorry. To change the size of my paintbrush. There we go. So now you can see that my paintbrush is about the right, getting towards the right size. Okay, great. And then if I make sure that I have the mask selected and I paint black, then it starts to hide the thing that I've painted. And this is this is kind of a fuzzy brush, but if I want it to be like really firm around the edges, then I can up the hardness, and then I can also change the size right here, right? So let's change the size and let's see if we can get a little bit of the background to appear. So to get something to appear, I'm going to paint with white. I'm making sure that I'm still have my mask selected. And now let's say, okay, I'm just gonna like paint some of this background here and just kind of like, all right, that's cool. And there we go. Yeah. Okay. So now we have some of that background brought back in because we've painted with black or white, depending on how we want that image to appear. So I know what y'all are thinking.